Good morning, student. Let us start one more session of our statistics. As you know that we are already doing chapter 1 index number. This is session 10, and last time I told you one very important topic, cost of living index number. So first of all we are going to revise. Last time we did one or two very important questions also, and homework was given to you to do some more questions from the exercise. Today some theoretical part. This question I saw many times it is asked as a theoretical part of question for a 3 marks, or if they are going to ask definition then for 1 marks, or 3 marks question, then how they are going to ask that I am going to tell you today. First of all, just like how we do always, we are going to revise previous topic, cost of living index number. Definition wise, we have a nice definition, we have a formula also. But cost of living index number, last time I told you, it's a study which tells you about the condition of a society, condition of people, their economic condition, even it tells the economic condition of society or otherwise state also. So this topic is very important in our day to day of life. Even it is important for government also. So today, first of all, cost of living index number, just for a revision purpose, formula is how we are going to calculate. It is current year monthly expenditure done by any families divided by base year monthly expenditure multiplied by 100. So this formula already I told you, and we did one example also. Current year expenditure divided by base year, and base year also or period also, monthly expenditure multiplied by 100. So this is already told to you. Now today one very important article is construction of cost of living index number. When we are going to construct a cost of living index number, there are certain criteria which we are going to see today. So today is a totally a theoretical part. Sometimes this question can come for a 3 marks. What is cost of living index number? Write some important points for construction of a cost of living index number. So one by one we are going to see. Even after writing the heading, you should know at least few lines, you should know how to write. For example, first construction of cost living index number. So first thing which should be kept in a mind is purpose for doing that cost of living index number. What is the purpose? So before construction, purpose should be known. Whether we are finding the cost of living index number for rich people of a society, or poor people, or middle class people, for what purpose we are collecting this, whether it is collected for a government purpose or living standard of people should be known. So first thing which is important is purpose of constructing of a cost of living index number, that should be clear to the. Then family budget inquiry. A sample of certain families is taken during this type of a construction. A sample of some families are randomly selected, and then their living standard can be calculated on a different criterias. Different criterias are, as it is mentioned in your book, these criterias are how much expenditure they are doing for a food purposes. Now that also depends upon the different section of a societies. Then how much the expenditure they are doing for clothing or a house rent. This is some special type of a sampling is done, and that for a family budget inquiry. So 5 criteria are chosen in your book: food, clothing, house rent, then fuel and electricity, and miscellaneous means maybe for education purpose or for medical purpose, how much expenditure is done by the family. So that comes under the heading of family budget inquiry. So this is point number 2. Point number 3 is availability of prices of items. For example, if you are selecting any above criteria, then prices should be available. Now prices can be collected from particular areas, and that price should be a retail price, not a wholesale price, but it should be a retail price, and that price should also be like a standard price approved by the government, not like randomly any price. It should be that prices should be approved by the government. So availability of prices of items, that too retail price as well as Indian standard price, which is MRP price, which is given by the government, should be known. So this is also one important criteria for constructing a cost of living index number. One more is, this is continuously since the chapter started, I told you base year. Now, to whom we will take base year? So usually a normal year, a stable year, when there is no problem in that particular year, can be considered as a base year. And then, do you remember that formula for relative price of index number? P1 divided by P0 multiplied by 100. This formula already we used many times, and this formula is very familiar to us. P1 divided by P0 multiplied by 100 is a price relative index number. This we did. P1 is retail price of current year, then P0 is retail price of base year. This is one more criteria. Now, average. Many times it happens that price of certain items are available and we got a 3, 4, 5 prices. At that time we have to find the average or mean. Usually you know that geometric mean is the preferable mean, but the problem is calculation wise geometric mean is slightly tougher. So usually we prefer a weighted mean to find the average price of that items. Now let us see sixth point during the construction of cost of living index number. Sixth point, the heading is weight. I told you for each and every point you should have some description also. Many times this question comes for 3 marks already, I told you. So now we are in the near about mid of this. So weight. Now the importance of different items selected is during the construction of index number is not same. Importance for a different item will be different, and that can be constructed or that can be known by the weight. This weightage, how much importance is given to the which item, that actually is known by this article, that is called weight. So sixth point is one very important point, and this weightage are also given according to the two ways. There are two types of weightage. One is called implicit weight, another one is called explicit weight. Now see the last 2-3 years paper. Many times 1 marks or 2 marks question comes. What is explicit weight? Either in a MCQs or in a difference also. 2 marks ideal question is differentiate between implicit weight and explicit weight. Whom to call implicit, whom to call explicit weight. This is an ideal question for 2 marks. So first of all, importance of different items will be different when you are going to select for a construction of a cost of living index number. Now there are two types of weightage. There are two ways of finding this type of weight. One is implicit weight, another one is explicit. Prepare it for a 2 marks question as a difference. What is implicit weight? And I tell the student, remember by spelling also. I for implicit, I for indirect method. This is indirect method of assigning the weightage to any article. And usually numeric values are not given. Indirectly giving the hint that give the importance to this item this much, twice, thrice, 4 times. No numeric values, no quantities are given. Then it is called implicit weight. This method is indirect method. I for implicit, I for indirect method. Usually many times students are making a mistake. So I say remember in this way. So it's an indirect method, says that okay, give importance to this item more as compared to the other one. So that is indirect method. So you are not going to get actual quantities, or result will not be that much accurate. Then another one is explicit weight, just opposite to the implicit, explicit weight. This is direct method. Here quantity will be assigned. Okay, give importance to this item 10 times as compared to the previous one. So here number or quantity will be assigned. So that's why it is called direct method. Okay. So this is indirect method. This is direct method. It is given numerically according to the importance. So naturally, when you calculate, you will get a accurate values. Criteria are according to these are the 3-4 criteria. How much consumption of a particular thing is done, how much sale is done, how much production is done, how much importance is given for that particular items. Numerically, it is actually calculated. So this is more accurate as compared to the another one. So 2 marks question is, remember, differentiate between these two. So prepare it in that way also. 3 marks question is, write the different steps for construction of cost of living index number, which we are doing. So these are the 5-6 points that you are supposed to remember. Now what I am telling you is the separate topic. Now that you don't write under the heading of or under the question of 3 marks. Now this construction, this explicit weight is of 2 types, or it can be constructed in 2 ways. So don't include in a theoretical question. It's a separate topic. There are 2 methods assigning explicit weight. Only you remember this formula, and already with this formula earlier also. Method of total expenditure and method of family budget. Now, suppose I is the index number to be calculated, and formula as it per given in the book, sigma P1 Q0 divided by sigma P0 Q0 multiplied by 100. If you see this formula, is a Lesper's index number. So actually, when you are going to calculate the method for a total expenditure for explicit weight, then directly all the things will be given to you. You just put it, every quantities and the prices values or a retail price values will be given to you. You just put it here, you will get the idea. This is Lesper's index number. P1 is price of base year, Q0 is quantity of base year, P0 is price of a base year, and that too retail price. P1 is the retail price of current year, Q0 and Q1 is a quantity. One more way of method of total expenditure of calculating explicit weight is I is equal to sigma P1 Q1 divided by sigma P0 Q1. Remember, multiplied by 100. Remember this formula we did, multiplied by 100. 100 I missed out. This formula we did in a purchase index number. So nothing new. This formula already we did in a previous topic. But when you are asked to use for construction of living index number, cost of living index number, you can calculate this. We are going to do some questions numerical as well as some question from the exercise. Then you will come to know how to calculate this. Now, method of family budget. Now, method of family budget can be calculated in 2 ways. Either by relative index number, remember first formula of this chapter, P1 by P0 multiplied by 100. Otherwise, weighted index number, sigma IW by sigma W. Otherwise, if you want to calculate in the above formula, Lesper's method can also be used for method of family budget. Any particular family is selected, how much they are spending, how much expenditure they are doing for different items, their retail price, their quantities can be collected and it can be calculated under this. So this is not the part of our main section 1.7 or 1.7.1. This is separate part. This we already did earlier. It's like only one particular heading. When question comes, then we are going to use this formula separately. So today we did all the theoretical part. Revise this part, prepare 3 marks question. Question can be what is cost of living index number, how it is going to be constructed, 5-6 points I told you. Differentiate between explicit and implicit. Go through the 1 or 2 examples just after this particular topic. Examples are directly just like a table wise, and you calculate according to the formula. In a coming session, I am going to do some questions from the exercise as well as from example. So for this session, this much only. Prepare well and do the homework so that you can understand this topic properly. Okay, thank you for today.